Hello, good evening everyone. Welcome to our Sahaja Yoga program. So, we'd like to start our program by sharing the rooms because we have always a more going deeper session in the main room, and we split the rooms so that we can give an introduction about Sahaja Yoga in another room. My name is David, and I'll be leading the meditation tonight. So it would be great if you could write on a chat if you are coming for the very first time. If you haven't had the introduction about Sahaja Yoga, so you could write on the chat or just show an icon here because we're preparing a separate room for you. All right, we can wait a little longer. So tonight's program will be about creativity. We'll be talking a little bit more how can meditation enhance the creative power inside of all of us, and we'll be doing a very deep meditation hopefully and we'll try to relax everyone and get ready now that the weather's becoming very beautiful. So hopefully we'll be able to get more connected to nature. All right, so we have 17 participants. Anyone coming for the very first time? If not, I think we can start. I see some new names here, so if you are coming for the very first time, just write on the chat and we'll start a separate room for you. Okay, so I've got one here. Okay, so I will just start the breakout room. All right. Okay, we have 2 people coming for the first time. So Sonny will be explaining Sahaja Yoga to you. She's very experienced, so I think you will love it. Okay, Sonny, and then we have Jallo and Gabriela Amado. Okay. All right, so we are opening the rooms. So you get an invitation and you get the introduction about Sahaja Yoga. Right, so the breakout room was created so we can start here our meditation. So let's first raise our kundalinis and give ourselves abandon. Try 2 notes. Third time we try 3 notes. And we protect our subtle body with abandon 7 times around our bodies. All right. Okay, I'll just share screen so that you can see Mother's picture while you're meditating. Mother's picture really help us to achieve that state and also to establish the thoughtless awareness state in our meditation. So that's why we always recommend that we meditate with Shimadaji's picture, and you also can check the vibrations, and you can check also how the photo impacts your meditation. All right, so let's start tonight by putting both our hands towards the Mother Earth. Let's also watch our breathing. So let's breathe in deeply. Let's hold a little bit our breath. And let's breathe out. And let's do it 3 times. Once again, let's breathe in. Hold. And breathe out. And a 3rd time, breathe in. Let's hold for a while. And breathe out. Let's now pay our attention to our hands. When we are placing our hands towards the Mother Earth, we are humbly asked the Mother Earth to absorb all the negativities that we might have absorbed during the day, all negativities from our subtle system will be absorbed and destroyed by the Mother Earth. All right, so now let's bring our left hand on our lap, like this. So the left hand is on our lap like this, and the right hand is still towards the earth, towards Mother Earth. And let's balance our left side. Here we are balancing all our emotions, all our desires. Again, they're all being absorbed by the Mother Earth. As Sri Buddha once said, the source of our miseries are coming from our desires. So we simply let all desires that are not pure, desires that are not connected to our evolution, to flow to the Mother Earth. Okay, let's now bring our right hand on our lap. In our left hand now, we'll move the palm backwards as we would be forming a sort of a chimney with our left hand, so that all the heat now from our right side will go to the ether. So this is how we balance our right side. Let's here then ask, Mother, please balance all our thoughts, and please help us to keep ourselves in the present moment. All right, so now let's bring back our left hand on our lap. And let's now bring our attention to our Muladhara Chakra, to our first chakra that's in the base of our spine. Is our first chakra. And let's keep our attention there. The affirmation here, we can say, Mother, please make us innocent. So the innocence is the quality of this chakra. So I will sing a song for this chakra, and here we can simply stay in meditation. Pradhana Rupa Ganeshanje Omkar Pradhana Rupa Ganeshanje Etini Devanche Jahan Mahastana Etini Devanche Jahan Mahastana Omkar Pradhana Rupa Ganeshanje Omkar Pradhana Rupa Ganeshanje Akara tu Brahma Ukara tu Vishnu Akara tu Brahma Ukara tu Vishnu Makara Mahesha Zaniela Omkar Pradhana Rupa Ganeshanje Omkar Pradhana Rupa Ganeshanje Ye setini deva jetoni utpanna Ye setini deva jetoni utpanna Tohaga Jannana Maya Baba Omkar Pradhana Rupa Ganeshanje Omkar Pradhana Rupa Ganeshanje Amanesi Ahevedavani Dukhamanesi Ahevedavani Pahavipurahani Vyatsachiya Pradhana Rupa Ganeshanje
Omkar Pradhana Rupa Ganeshanche Etini Devam Che Jahan Mahastana Etini Devam Che Jahan Mahastana Omkar Pradhana Rupa Ganeshanje Omkar Pradhana Rupa Ganeshanje Rupa Ganeshanje Rupa Ganeshanje.
Let's now bring our attention to our Muladhara Chakra, to our Swadhisthana Chakra, our second chakra. So the Swadhisthana is below the belly button. So it's between the first chakra and our belly button. And this chakra is the source of creativity. This chakra was open on a macro level during the Big Bang, the creation of the universe. You can now open your eyes and we can together take the mantra, as you can see on the screen. The deities that resides on this chakra are Sri Brahma Deva, Sri Brahma, the creator, and Sri Saraswati. That's the goddess that gave us the arts, the ability to create art. Okay, so I think most of you were already introduced to mantras. We can take together the mantra to Sri Brahmadeva Saraswati, and we can place our right hand on our Swadhisthana chakra. Okay. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Brahmadeva Saraswati Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devye Namo Namaha. Later we can share with you this presentation, but always when you feel your Swadhisthana chakra, or if you want to enhance the qualities of this chakra, you can take this mantra to Sri Brahmadeva Saraswati. Okay, so let's now go through a very brief presentation. You can still keep your state of meditation so that it will be easier to absorb some of the information. in creativity is an experience. Creativity, for example, taking my example, I work as an artist, I work as an illustrator. And creativity is that state that when you are in the present moment, you're just completely away from your conditionings and from your ego. So in this moment, you can be the instrument of creation. So creativity is really about being the present moment and being completely spontaneous and being absolutely an instrument of creativity. Some quote here from Carl Jung. He says that the creation of something new is not accomplished by the intellect, but by the play instinct acting from inner necessity. The creative mind plays with objects it loves. And this inner power, and in most of yogis, this inner power is this power of the Kundalini that moves us towards the creation of art. It's the art that nourishes our spirit and also nourishes our meditation. So when you are creating, and a lot of Sahaja yogis, they have this experience when they are painting or they are singing, they are absolute instruments of this divine power. And you are absolute in the present moment. That's why this moment that many artists, they call the flow. Once you are in this flow, you are completely free. So that's how some people outside of Sahaja, they experience outside of meditation in general, they can experience a little bit of meditation, let's say, this moment that you are completely connected with this power that creates. Okay, the Swadhisthana chakra, as all the chakras, they have a number of petals and has 6 petals. The day is Wednesday, because as you know, the chakras, they also reflect in different parts of our life, and the days, as we have 7 days in a week, also each day will represent one chakra. The color is the yellow. The country, in this case the continent, is Africa. You can see the Africans are very creative. The element is fire. The gem is amethyst. The Star of David, and the planet is Mercury. So these are some of the aspects that are attributed to the Swadhisthana chakra. So for example, just to give an example why we say also the stone, and so once you use the stone, it can help to work out your chakra. It helps to cleanse and to enhance the power of the chakra. Okay, the organs are the liver, the pancreas, the spleen, and kidney. And the physical counterpart is the aortic plexus. And you can feel your Swadhisthana in your thumb. So it's actually quite a kind of a chakra that's attacked nowadays, because our ability to meditate is directly connected to our thought process. So when we think too much, we will feel your right thumb, your right Swadhisthana, and it's a very common chakra to be blocked. So this is something that's very good, especially for the right Swadhisthana, is to place an ice pack on your liver, on your right Swadhisthana, so that naturally and your chakra and your thoughts will calm down and you'll be able to meditate. Okay, and then these are the physical manifestation. Always very important. For example, if you feel a pain in this area of your body, you know that's connected to your Swadhisthana, so you can work directly on the chakra by giving vibrations or doing some affirmations, and you be working out your Swadhisthana chakra. Okay, so now I would like to invite you to listen to a talk of Shri Mataji. And the talks of Shri Mataji, they are very important. And I think perhaps we don't explain enough, but you know, the talks of Shri Mataji, they have vibrations. And these vibrations, they help us to meditate. They help us to stay in meditation and to achieve the yoga. That's why I always use Mother's talks. And in this talk, Shri Mataji will be telling how by getting your self-realization, by practicing Sahaja Yoga, your creativity will be enhanced. And she'll be telling also that after giving self-realization, one of the most beautiful things that you can give to someone, it's also give self-realization to someone else. It's almost like using this power of creation to transform another person. But let's listen direct from Shri Mataji. I think it'll be much better. Okay.
Now, as the Kundalini rises, she enlightens your second center, which we can call as the Swadhisthana Chakra for the time being, though it is the third center, but first, second center. You become extremely creative. Extremely creative. I know of a gentleman who came to me, he had no job. And he said, Mother, I have no job, and what should I do? I said, all right, what do you want to do? He said, whatever you say. I said, all right, why don't you become an interior decorator? He said, me, I don't know what is a teak wood, I don't know what is a rosewood, how am I to become an interior decorator? I said, you just use your vibrations. And you'll be surprised, you earn millions of rupees out of that profession. Because you become extremely creative. Your sense of creation becomes so subtle and so beautiful that you start understanding art at such a high level that people don't know how, when you are not educated in art, how you can do it. I went to Japan once and they were having an ikebana competition or something. So I went to see the ikebana class. They requested me, why don't you do some flower arrangement? I said, all right, I'll do it. I did it. And I got the highest marks without knowing a word about ikebana. Just surprising. I got the highest mark. I can do lots of things which I have never done before, like architecture. I have built houses without doing any architecture. I have done decorations of the houses. I have done all kinds of things without knowing how to do. Because you become so creative. So the creativity, that also is a blessing of your power, of the goddess of learning. Boys who could not study in the schools were absolutely duffers. Some people brought, there is a boy, recently I received a letter from him. When he came to me, his father said that he is going to be taken out of school because he is good for nothing, he cannot remember anything, he is absolutely finished. I said, all right, doesn't matter, let him take to Sahaja. He got his realization. Not only that he passed with first class, but he got a scholarship. Then he passed another exam, he got a scholarship. Now he's got a very big job. At a very young age, he wrote to me, Mother, no one can believe that a duffer like me has been so much highly placed. All the boys who got scholarships in Maharashtra, in schools, in colleges and university are Sahajogis. It is such a tremendous force that starts working in. If you try to give vibrations, say, to fruits or to trees or to, say, wheat and such things which are very important for life, any food, you'll be amazed that the food also grows so much more and the taste is so good and it lasts you so longer. Like one gentleman tried, a university professor in agricultural college, on some wheat, some vibrations. And he was amazed that when they collected this wheat was at least 6 times more than normal. And when this wheat was stored in a big hall like this, there were so many other things. The rats, who are always a menace in India, never touched that wheat. They ate all the rest of it but never touched the wheat. Even the animals, the snakes, even the tigers, of course the dogs and the cats understand it much more. They understand you. They know that you are a saint. They'll never touch you. They'll never trouble you. Even a tiger sees a saint, he never attacks. You can handle a tiger very easily. This is the power of a saint. So you develop a tremendous capacity of creativity. The greatest capacity you have then is of creating a new human being out of an ordinary human being. This is the greatest blessing you have, that you transform an egg into a bird. And that is the epitome, that is the spiritual power you have, by which you can transform the whole human race into a new race which has this fifth dimension within yourself. You can start talking on science. Now we have a scientist here, and he's done his science, he's a doctor of science and this and that in chemistry. And I explained to him about this, where is the hydrogen and oxygen and nitrogen and all that within us, and he was amazed. He said, Mother, how do you know all these things? I said, I don't know how I know what I know. That's what it is. You just have a look at these. And he was amazed how I was telling him about spiral movement and linear movement of peptones. He said that for this I had to study so much. I said, for Sahaja you don't have to study. A little bit you know, and immediately you click the point. Now, this is the second thing that you know in your learnings, in your education, you are all right. But the mastery of the center comes. The mastery of the center comes when you know the pure knowledge of handling the Kundalini, the pure knowledge of spirit, the pure knowledge of the blessings of God of Rutambhara Pragya. If you know that, that is the highest that you achieve gradually as you grow. Because when the center starts expanding on the sides, you start expanding in your personality, in your sensitivity, and in your evolutionary ascent. So that is how you start growing from one to another to another to another.
All right, this was a very nice talk of Shimataji, talking about how we can manifest this creativity, and I think the greatest power is really to be able to transform someone else. So let's stay in meditation. Let's allow the words of Shimataji to act on our subtle system. So let's simply place our right hand on the top of our heads and let's stay in meditation. Let's simply stay in meditation for a couple of minutes.
Shri Nirmala Devi Kundalini Mat Shri Mataji Shri Mataji Shri Nirmala Devi Kundalini Mat Shri Mataji Shri Mataji. Hoje sou feliz, hoje tenho paz, vivo a cantar, o passado que era uma nuvem se desfez no ar, se desfez no ar. Shri Nirmala Devi Kundalini Mat, Shri Mataji, Shri Mataji, Shri Nirmala Devi Kundalini Mat, Shri Mataji, Shri Mataji. Tudo que faço, mãe, sempre penso em te agradar. Já não há mais dúvidas, nem medo, nem por que lutar. Já te sinto em tudo que vejo e em qualquer lugar. Já te sinto em tudo que vejo e em qualquer lugar. Shri Nirmala Devi Kundalini Mat, Shri Mataji, Shri Mataji, Shri Nirmala Devi Kundalini Mat, Shri Mataji, Shri Mataji, Shri Mataji. Let's stay in meditation for a couple more minutes. If any thoughts come in your attention, let's simply do a very soft massage on the top of our heads, on our Sahasrara chakra.
Okay.
No,
So,
sorry, some recording.
so this is, but we are not naturally designed to be going crazy, multitasking, running after things. So, but with the meditation, hello, David.
Sorry, just to interrupt, it's just because I will create other breakout rooms. So if you could I'll give you 2 minutes if that's okay, and then we'll I can also recreate this breakout room, but I will create for everyone else another room, and I cannot create the rooms without
So
actually collapsing your room.
So do you mean in 2 minutes we go into the main room and
Yeah,
then
and
you
then
put us back into the
yeah,
room?
yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. If that's okay with Jalo, Gabriela, Lucia, yeah.
Yeah.
All right,
Okay,
guys.
great.
All right, see you in a bit.
Yeah.
Then
So-
All right, so now we can collectively raise our kundalins and give ourselves abundance. All right, so just to conclude our program, we'll do a breakout rooms. So we'll be separating different breakout rooms. So I was for a second, I even had to stop sharing the screen here because I had to go to the other room to make sure that I wouldn't interrupt the self-realization exercise. But I will, because I will have to collapse the rooms. Okay. So first thing, I'll make everyone able. I will lock the meeting, no, as we had those problems there with the last time with Zoom bombers. But so I will unmute everyone. I mean, if you are able to unmute. Thank you, Caroline. Yeah, it was great. So I will first close the rooms, and I will open that room and assign. And then you can take, because there's very experienced yogis. So if you have any questions, it would be nice that you could ask some yogis there. All right. Creating 4 rooms. So thank you very much. And yeah, you can finish whatever you feel like. So thank you very much. Bye bye, guys.